So we're going to take a look at this universal social charge question. So the universal social charge, or the USC, is a form of tax on all of your wages. So Mark earns 35,000 euros a year, and the universal social charge is applied to all of this 35,000 euros. Now, there'll be different percentages for different parts of that 35,000 euros. So the first 12,012 euros of the 35,000 euros, that's going to be charged USC at 0.5%. The next amount, the amount between 12,012 euros and 19,874 euros, is going to be charged at 2%. And in a minute, we're going to find just what that amount of money is. The balance, so whatever he earns over 19,874, but less than obviously the 70,044, that will be charged at 4.5%. And because Mark earns 35,000, we're going to subtract 19,874 from 35,000 to see what that balance is. There'll be no tax rate of 8% in this question because Mark just doesn't earn over 70,044. Had he earned over 70,044, then 4.5% would have been applied to the difference between the 70,044 and the 19,874, and anything that was left over from the 70,044, that would be charged at 8%. But in this question, we don't have to worry about the 8%. So let's find these amounts of money first. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to calculate the amount to be taxed at 2%. That's 19,874 minus 12,012, which gives us 7,862 euros is going to be taxed at 2%. Then we're going to find the amount to be taxed at 4.5%. So that's the 35,000 is total wages minus the 19,874. The 19,874 has already been taxed. 12,012 euros at 0.5% and 7,862 euros at 2%. So we're only interested in the rest. So 35,000 minus 19,874 is 15,126. And this is the amount that's going to be taxed at 4.5%. So now I just have to calculate those three separate percentages. So first of all, we're going to tax 0.5% of 12,012. That gives us 60 euros and 6 cents. So just note the different way we can find percentages. We can either multiply the amount to be taxed by the decimal form of 0.5%, which is 0.005. We could also have multiplied it by 0.5 and use the percent button on our calculator. And we could have also multiplied it by 0.5 and then divided it by 100. They would all give us this amount of 60 euro and 6 cents. We're then going to find 2% of 7,862, and that gives us 157.24. And again, I used the decimal form. I multiplied 7862 by 0.02. I could have multiplied it by 2%, or I could have multiplied it by 2 and divided it by 100, and I get 157.24. And then finally, the balance, which is the 15,126, we're going to multiply that by 4.5%, and we get 680.67 euro. And this makes up the majority of the USC payment because it's the biggest portion of the wages to be taxed, first of all, and it's the highest of the tax rates. And so the idea behind that is that the people who can afford to pay more and earn higher wages, they pay more in tax. Finally, to find the total universal social charge, we add those three taxes together. And so if we add 60.06 to 157.24 to 680.67, we get a total universal social charge of €897.97.